In 1982, when I was doing my PhD, we would hear, I was a student, senior people talk about how factories were going to be only robots and the whole workers were going to be displaced totally, and we would have all this free time. But nobody talked about that we would have free time and we would have no money, which is very different than having a lot of money and having a lot of free time.
This conference, everybody's worried about jobs. Why are there not enough workers to fill the jobs that are open? And why are all the workers there not able to get jobs?
When I talk about STEM overall, and specifically for women, I have alarm bells.
Our parents, when they had us, probably thought, I want my child to have better opportunities than myself. Our generation is almost looking at it like, I want my children just to at least have the same opportunities I had, not less. It's hard to really think and construct a narrative that we feel like we can believe in and trust.
People may be overwhelmed, but they haven't seen anything yet. The changes are just starting. We're going to see more advances happening, more change happening over the next 15 years than we've seen in 150 years before this. Self-driving cars will have replicators like we saw in Star Trek. I see us creating a lot of jobs to build all of these things, but then I see jobs completely disappearing. So what's the role of human beings 20 years from now? I don't know.
Right now, we have a nightmare scenario. For some, at least, it is a motivation for discussion. Is automation going to eliminate jobs?
We get very shallow visions of the future presented to us, teasers of a sci-fi movie. There should be a vision of the future. I think that's one of the things that we're really lacking, purposeful innovation for the future.
If you can shed a light in an area that's been dark, I think people want to look there. And I think that's where data comes in. What I feel really good about is a lot of the things that people kind of intuitively felt, we're now delivering data that can either support or sort of debunk an idea. People talk about predictive analytics. I kind of don't like that. I like descriptive analytics. Let's describe what the heck we're talking about first. And if we can quantify it and we can measure it, we can improve it.
It's whatever, 1.2 billion people that don't have electricity, people that don't have anything like employment prospects. They would like to do better for themselves. What's interesting with the technology we have is that we now give them the tools to do better for themselves.
Access to self-actualization or being able to make a difference in the world is better now for more people than ever before. Everything that threatens jobs is great for people, except for that lack of jobs thing.
The 21st century is poised to be the healthcare century, and we're probably going to be in a healthcare economy. The job creation out of healthcare could almost obliterate our concerns about unemployment.
Up from the beginning of life, up until the 1960s and 70s, the primary problem was the extraction and distribution of fundamentally scarce or fundamentally rivalrous, depletable goods. Information is the sort of thing that is not rivalrous in nature. I can try to make it feel rivalrous by using patent and copyright and shit like that, because we have an economic and legal model that can deal with rivalrous goods. They can't deal with non-rivalrous goods.
Why we're moving to this collaborative economy? Assets are better shared. Minds are better shared. Collectively, we stand to gain. Personally and individually, I stand to gain. If you're a company, you want to organize this way. If you're an individual, you want to participate this way. This is the future, everyone will do it, but how we share this productivity gains and how we share the wealth that comes out of it and what things we choose to focus on, that is up for grabs.
No matter what happens with jobs, I do know this, that if we can become more efficient and more effective at innovation, every problem we have goes down.
I think we're headed to a much more fulfilling vision of what people can achieve.
The focus on innovation has been to help people spend money. We need to have as much innovation to help people earn money better. There already are a lot of small companies doing bits and pieces of this. This is an ecosystem.
Robotics has the future enhancing us, not in terms of limiting us. The challenge is going to be, as we create wealth, how do we make sure that more people participate?
You have to somehow improve the societal model. Innovation, to me, never is only technological. It's always social.
I think this is more about what's happening in the world and not about what's happening in the US. Denmark, where I am from, we have a social security service that enables people who are temporarily out of job to continue their lifestyle, provided that they accept to get an upgrade or upskilling. And the idea is pretty simple. Everyone has to learn on a lifelong journey.
Why not set as a technology challenge, making technology that creates jobs, a lever for the human mind that unleashes the cognitive reasoning abilities which our humans are so good at, just as we would set a technology challenge around making a more fuel-efficient car, we can set a technology challenge to do that. I don't have the answer today, but I don't see why technology isn't up to that challenge like it is up to other challenges.
We're detecting from the people that we're meeting with that they actually feel strongly that they want to be part of something that makes something happen. And this is the kind of enthusiasm that you want to harness.
Everyone has a unique role to play in this. Everyone's got a spot, let's go, and it really is going to be a collaboration.
One of my beliefs in terms of how we're going to make it through this big shift is by focusing much more on what I would call narratives as opposed to stories. And the distinction for me is stories are self-contained. You have a beginning, a middle, a resolution. And the story is typically about me, the storyteller, or it's about those people over there. Narratives, the way I define them again, are different. They're open-ended, to be resolved. There's some opportunity, some threat. The resolution of that narrative hinges on you. It hinges on the choices and actions you're going to take. What's it going to be?